December 16th, I'd like to call this meeting to order for the Osage County Planning Commission. Roll call. Bruce Gerhold.
Here.
Steve Reidner is absent. Terry Shreve.
Here.
Leslie Bias.
Here.
Roger Taylor.
Here.
Elizabeth Henry. Mike Lynn.
Here.
Elizabeth?
Elizabeth's not here.
Not on there anymore. Item number 3, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded, roll call. Lynn?
Here.
Bias?
Yes.
Taylor? Shreve?
Yes.
Yes.
Gerald? Item number 4, director's report.
Yeah, just a couple things addressed to the board. It's been pretty busy the last 2 or 3 months, but specifically the last month and a half. I've been meeting with quite a bit of developers seemingly about every week. Phone calls out to, this office has been bombarded with phone calls. When I get back in the office, it's calling people wanting to know about developing in Osage County and moving and doing things. So the phone's been ringing off the hook, and really, compared to last month, everything we've been doing, just about the everyday grind, really, just to report to you guys what this office does, phone calls all over. Most people that have called, the phone calls usually end up down here, no matter what's going on. They always end up down here, so these girls do a really good job, and I'm out in the field quite a bit, so whenever I get here, there's always a stack of people to call to see what's going on, so. That's about it. We didn't have too much, big things going on, because we just met not too long ago, so.
Okay, thank you, Jake. Is there any old business not addressed by the board? No old business. Is there any new business the board needs to address? No new business. Item number 7, discussion and possible action regarding lot split 2186 for Rick and Brenda Oshbrook, 2120 North, 10 East.
That's me.
Tell us what you're doing.
The people live in a house right there, they built a house right on the back of the lot. And when I went to clearing the fence row, not supposed to be on the back of the lot, but it is. When I went to clearing the fence row, I met the people there and I got to talking to them. They're fairly new in my neighborhood. And, I told her she didn't really want the trees taken out right behind her house. And I told her that, she's got a bunch of land. She's got 2.5 acres. And if she wanted to give me a 60-foot right of way, I would trade her 60 foot behind her house, so I wouldn't be 4 foot from her house. And that's basically all it is. I'm trading her, swapping her out, so I won't be putting the fence right behind her house.
All right. She can have her trees and you'll just swap it out.
That's right.
Good solution.
Yep. We're both happy that way.
Hey, do you have any problems with this?
No, that lot 70 in Hollandia Estates 2 is probably, it's the largest lot in that subdivision, so it's not gonna affect anything in there. And then, Rick actually lives behind there in that tract B. Rick has, I don't know how much acres you have, how much you have?
87.
There, yeah.
Any other discussion from the board? Do I have any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded, roll call. Lynn? Bias?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Shreve?
Yes.
Gerhold?
Yes.
Item number 8, discussion possible action, lot split 2187, Shannon Harbison and Kaylin Harbison, lot 70, Hollandia Lake Estates 2.
That's me too. That's the one I'm switching with.
Okay.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Do you have any motions from the board?
Make a motion to approve it. It was pretty good a couple minutes ago.
Right.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded, roll call. Lynn?
Yes.
Bias?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Shreve?
Yes.
Gerhold?
Yes.
Item number 9, discussion and possible action to approve final plat for proposed subdivision of Osage Reserve developed by Kevin Jordan containing 40 acres in 521 North, 12 East. Any further discussion from the board? Do I have any motions?
Yeah, Kevin, the folks, I believe last month had some concerns about some infrastructure issues and things.
Okay.
And how we proceed with that? Have you met with the folks? Have you gotten some answers for them where they seem to have a little better handle on what's getting ready to happen or not?
Give me more specifics.
Okay.
I've gotten feedback from, no one's reached out to me to answer that question, but I have,
There were problems, Kevin, I think that they were bringing up about the flooding in the area and
right.
some of the other things that cause we're all aware, I think, of the
Sure.
problems that they were worried about, so how is that
Yeah,
communication
let me
progress
address
with
that,
these folks?
just kind of overall. We've gotten permission, of course, or approval from the water district, District 15, provide the water. We've gotten the red line back from them, and that's completed. We've gotten Verdigris Valley serving the electric line. We've gotten approval from the fire protection in the area that they can protect it, and also approval of our 800-foot spacing on the fire hydrants. State code says 1,000 feet, we've got 800. We've got a drainage report that we provided to the planning commission that provides a lot of information, but on page 14 it says, based on the results, it concluded there's no adverse impact to the proposed residential construction. Therefore, the results of the report that the 39.86 acre development will have no adverse impact in downstream and storm events up to and including the 100-year floodplain. We also can demonstrate that all of the water on 113th, which was brought up, flows past this property. We're not gonna change that. We're not gonna make it come through the property, so it doesn't impact 113th because everything off this property will go north from there. So we do have, I know there was a question about some of the lots being in the floodplain, and in fact, we do have portions of 10 lots that are in the floodplain. They have, most of them have an average of 3 to 9 inches of fill. Some of them, there's a couple that have 18, a couple have 9 inches of fill, but it's pretty modest fill to get it up. I'm building a house right now just south of Colony Falls Bridge that, let's see, that we had to build up to get a foot above the BFE, and that's what we'll be doing here. But as Jake has pointed out, I mean, you build a floodplain, you just gotta get your pad up out of the floodplain. So, you know, we provided an engineering study that provides we will not cause any adverse effects to the area. I think we've fulfilled all the requirements.
Okay, now, when you build up these lots, is that gonna divert the water off these lots into another area that's a problem?
Well, it'll all go to the north where it goes now. But we're also making a corresponding pond that's really not required. We're doing it in part for recreational, but in part to provide a freeboard that actually adds some fairly significant percentage of detention.
Okay.
So that it'll fill up the freeboard above the normal outflow to during flood events to actually help a little bit, we believe. So it's not me saying it, the engineer's saying we're actually helping the situation.
Right. Now, this is not a public hearing, per se, but I do feel that when we have something like this come up, and I appreciate Kevin you addressing the questions I had, that it also, as long as it's in an orderly fashion, if a couple folks wanna get up and maybe share some concerns they might have with the board, and then we might then be able to give Kevin an opportunity to respond to those, as long as we all understand this isn't a public hearing. But I feel that we do have, an opportunity here to allow some of the folks that have concerns to be able to speak to us when we're considering what we're doing here. So,
happy to respond to
Yeah, if you don't
anything. I
mind.
will mention too, I don't think I said this, but the SWP three will be filed with DEQ as soon as the plat's approved and the NOI will be issued shortly after that.
That you could look at Jake, cause I don't understand.
Yeah, we won't start,
Sit down.
bottom line, we won't start any dirt work until,
Sure.
because I got a call from
Right.
DEQ, somebody called them, so I'm just letting that be known, that that's taken care of.
Charlie, is that okay? My
As long
suggestion on
as it's
that?
orderly.
That's what I'm
Very
saying.
orderly.
We need to be respectful and keep it brief, but we certainly, I feel it's important to allow folks maybe to have an opportunity here to say something. Is that okay? With the other board members? Does anyone here have anything they wanna say about this?
I might as well start it. On the, we never did see a hydro report on the way the water actually flows and where it flows the most on that property. I asked for one the last time he was here. And just, these were handed out just now. We didn't get a chance to look at this.
It's not hydro report, just to be clear. Hydro report's in the drainage report that Jake's had for,
Hydro report on the way the water flows on the property.
yeah,
Okay, that's it right
it's in the
there?
drainage.
It's right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
It's the whole stormwater drainage plan.
okay, when did this come out?
2 weeks ago, something
2
like
or 3
that.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were never told about this, we asked to get this and we didn't receive one, so,
Didn't ask me, but
you know, whomever.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'll leave it at that, we know the situation. On the flood report, according to, not flood, FEMA flood report, the original plat you gave us the last time we was here shows 6 homes in the floodplain. Well, the FEMA flood report that we get, it shows 12, okay, in the floodplain. There's a big controversy there. These controversies is kind of what starts adding up, it starts making people upset. Because no matter what we do, we bring to you and show you, just like the book that we asked for you all, that Mike read to you last time, you all got mad at us, okay? We're just showing you the facts, and you all get mad at us. We really think that you need to, no, please don't interrupt me, because I'm not.
No, when you're
I'm just-
making, listen,
no,
no, when
listen,
you're
You were
making,
up there because of his courtesy, his willingness to give you a voice. Don't interrupt him when he talks, bud.
Well, don't interrupt me, Charlie. How do you do that?
no, okay,
One more
Charlie,
time,
Charlie,
bud.
Charlie. Listen, here's the deal, bud, okay, you can continue to speak, I don't have any problem with that, okay? But when you say that we get mad at you, here's the deal. When someone brings up a book to me and says, have you all read this and do you know what's going on? And it's no different than me saying to somebody, have you read the owner's manual, the operational manual for getting a driver's license every morning? We don't read this every day, and I knew where that was coming from. I'm not upset or mad at you all. If I was, Bud, if I was mad at you all, I wouldn't even have brought up the opportunity for you all to talk.
So you wouldn't let us talk even
No,
if
I didn't
we're
say,
proving
okay,
all
what,
this?
you didn't
Just
hear
what you
what I
said
said.
now.
I said I wouldn't have brought up the opportunity, I didn't say you couldn't talk. But I actually went out of my way to make sure that everybody knew that I was giving you an opportunity to talk. I never said, now if I'd have said, okay, before we vote, everybody in this room needs to understand y'all can't say anything. I never said that. But I went out of my way to try to make it so that you all would try to be accommodated. So please don't say that you make us mad and we try to give you a hard time, because that's not the case, but I certainly want to let you continue, but go ahead.
Okay, on this water flow, I haven't seen any papers unless they're in here, how much water's gonna put on downstream with everybody else, okay? We're just now getting this, evidently, if this is the hydro report, okay?
But that's not just a hydro report, that's the whole stormwater drainage plan in there, the whole thing. It shows how much they're gonna hold, how they're going above and beyond, it shows where,
Okay.
how much water's gonna be handled.
A question I have is when you do a retention pond, it doesn't really do any good to do it in the floodplain. You have to stop the water or slow it down with all these homes before you get to the floodplain, okay, on the edge of it. The second thing I have is, where does the rules say that when you, in the floodplain, when you can't remove dirt, you can remove dirt, you can't add dirt unless you're removing on that property. Okay, will this dirt be removed in the bottom of the floodplain or on each property that's in the floodplain? Okay,
It's not required to take it out in the floodplain, that is what we'll do, and these red areas show the areas that are in the floodplain that'll be taken from.
okay,
And
so,
just to clarify, on the pond, you're correct, the pond itself doesn't help any, but the freeboard, the part between where the normal flow is, or normal water level, and the way it flows over, provides some extra coverage, not required, because there's a balancing here that goes on without that, but it's extra, and we're doing it part recreation, we want a pretty pond, but it is helping some freeboard.
I understand that,
And
okay.
it looks, from this drawing, it looks like you've got about 14 feet of freeboard.
I don't know, I think it's,
Well, I was looking at the,
yeah, I don't know.
The fine print there.
Yeah. If you can see that fine print, you're better than me, it's the big ones, isn't it?
hold it further away,
Yeah,
and be able
yeah.
to see it.
14
Those
sounds
are
like a
2
lot.
foot, those are 2 foot
good question.
contours.
Yeah.
So that's gonna provide 14 feet.
I don't think it's 14 feet of freeboard, I don't believe. Gotta be a pretty low pond at normal.
Well, it depends.
Level.
If what you're showing here is the normal water level, and then. the
Can you
banks
explain what a
around it-
freeboard is?
Pardon me?
What's a freeboard?
It means there's a normal level that it drains to, and then there's got an extra 14 feet of dam to hold 14 more feet of water before it actually runs over.
Okay, thank you.
So it's gonna catch a lot of the water.
That property does not have that. Let me read this to you here. Just, ordinary average figures. There's 36 homes, average of 10,000 gallons a month per home, okay, in aerobic systems. That's 360,000 gallons times 12 months, that's 4,320,000 gallons of water put on the ground. So there will be no absorption, okay? We just have a problem with all these aerobic systems with this many homes. And also, we still go back to the planning and zoning book where it says that, you know, keep it like it is in the area. I brought a map here to show you what it looks like in the area with all the homes there. It's really not bad, it's a pretty nice area, but when you start putting this many homes on 0.7 acres everywhere, it just kinda ruins it for everybody else around there. And the problem I have with that is, Kevin talks about how, you know, is wanna help people and make people happy, all these beautiful homes, but all it's gonna do is divide us even more, just like we're divided in here now.
Yeah.
We're divided from you all. Everyone seems like, in certain locations, are continually trying to divide us. You put this many homes in, you're gonna divide those people down there, okay? They're gonna already be divided when they build them across the road. Now, there's 2 groups down there within a half a mile that are smashing all these homes in. And like I say, according to your book, you know, y'all need to respect that and then respect us a little bit. Because, hey, we wanna live down there too, and I know Kevin wants to make money, that's great. But how much is it worth, okay, to divide all these people to get a pocket full of money? I know that's Kevin's right, and that's everybody's right. But where's the God factor in here? We don't ever look at that, but then we think about it, we talk about it all the time. Where's the happiness? Why do you keep doing this to District 2, there in the Sperry area, in the fire department area? I don't understand it. We come back and we bring you information, we show you stuff, we get all the figures, we do all the work. And you start kinda changing the goalposts and moving. I don't understand none of that.
Well, Bud, and I'm real sorry you feel that way, because, I can't speak for the other commissioners, but I've tried to be as fair as I can about this. And, I mean, even if you look at the vote record the last time around, and I was a little offended a while back when somebody told me, well, Terry, you voted no because you knew it was gonna pass. I mean, that's very insulting. So the thing is I don't vote no because I think it's gonna pass. I either vote yes or no because I feel it's the right thing to do. And one thing I liked what you said is you said that we'd like to try to have some compromise on both
Yeah,
sides.
we would love to have a
Right, I
compromise.
understand, and I appreciate that. So,
We tried the last time, it didn't work, we're trying it again.
yeah,
Everybody comes up here, we drive 50 miles one way,
right.
we bring all the evidence, several people have gotten a lot of evidence, we show it to you. And we're always ignored. Why
See,
is
why
that?
do you, this is the problem I have, and then I'll move on, you categorize everyone on this board. You all ignore us, you all are against us, you all fight us, and that is not the case.
If I offended you, I'm sorry.
No,
Okay? I'm sorry I offended you.
personally, I don't care, but the thing is when you make those statements, just like if I said, every one of y'all sitting in those chairs, I have a problem with y'all, every one of y'all in those chairs, you come in here and try to race hell and create problems, I mean, you don't all do that, but why, that'd be, I'm not gonna say that about everybody. Now, does everybody sitting in those chairs probably have
May I speak for a
concerns?
second? Why are you coaching me?
What I'm doing is trying to
You're-
explain your accusations to us.
Well, they're
Okay.
true.
So we'll
Everybody
move on
knows
now,
it.
and I've gotten off
I
the
just
rail.
bring it out in the open.
Oh, you know what you've done, bud. Listen, does anyone else have anything they'd like to talk about?
Do I have a right to come back?
If there's an item on the agenda that you feel.
No,
you-
with this agenda right here, I'm gonna let someone else speak.
I'll let the
I'd
chairman
like to have the
decide.
right to come back.
I'll let the chairman.
Charlie?
rule on
If
it.
it's any new information for the board, I don't have a problem with
Okay,
it, but
thank you.
Okay.
any further discussion?
Yes, sir. Thank you again for allowing me to address the Planning and Zoning Board regarding agenda number 9. Sure you all remember, I am Lana Park Clark and I've resided on 113th Street North for 81 years. I should not have to refer to the Planning and Zoning Ordinance, Section 1, Article 1, purpose and necessity that the board is governed by. The property owners are concerned that the board is not following the ordinance and/or don't care about what it states. Congestion, travel, fire, overcrowding, police protection, water, sewerage, schools. It is my understanding, and Kevin did mention this, that the Rural Water District number 15 has redlined his water lines layout, and that would have to be represented to the water board. I also understand that there are some questions and uncertainties about the floodplain. What Kevin has shown and what we have found out from FEMA. I have a question, if the schools have been informed of the amount of new students that this could bring in. And I have a concern about, are the cul-de-sacs large enough for a school bus to turn around? Or are they expected to pick up the school bus off of 113th? And Kevin said he had talked to the fire department. The cause there is not having enough equipment to protect what we have now in our district and adding possibly 36 more homes that our fire department is going to have to protect. Will the fire department or the fire truck and the ambulance and police protection have plenty of room to turn around in those cul-de-sacs to get in and get out safely? That's some of our concerns. You might not think that this is the responsibility of this board. Maybe it's the county commissioners, I don't know. But we think it is the responsibility of the board and not the contractor to try to find out these questions as far as the cul-de-sacs and if there's ample room. Again, the current property owners residing in this area are not against Mr. Jordan developing this area on a minimum of 3 acres. That would go along with the area in which our homes are now, on 2.5+ acres. We are not wanting the overcrowding, the flooding issues. We want to make sure that our education system and our safety is there. With all of these uncertainties, We think that they need to be cleared up for the property owners on 113th and surrounding areas. Would like to table this until some of these questions can be answered before you approve the final plat and clear up all these uncertainties, and I'm sure that you probably have some uncertainties too. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Have any motions from the board?
Make a motion to pass it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded, roll call, Lynn,
Yes.
Bias,
No.
Taylor,
Yes.
Shreve,
No.
Gerhold.
Yes.
Item number 10, discussion and possible action regarding rezoning 2025-02, Jason Johnson, who's represented by Eric Zeller on 2322 North